Okay. Um, Set my timer up. So my personal branding development strategy project. My name is Kason McLean. Mm. So what is the personal brand and how do you define it? So I got this from our paper that we did in class with the Gorbatov, Lysova, and Kapova. Personal branding is a strategic process of creating, positioning, and maintaining a positive impression of oneself based on a unique combination of individual characteristics which signal a certain promise to the target audience through a differentiated narrative and imagery. And so that's just kind of like your definition on what a personal brand is and, what you're looking for in a personal brand. So what makes a brand a good brand? So this is all from Gorbatov as well. And that's just kind of listing, everything that they're saying that you need to have inside of your brand audit, etc. So it's very vital to create a brand image and name that will keep others viewing you and your reputation with respect. That's very important to have respect and people see you as a respectable human being. Show your qualities that bring good to others. That's super important because you're basically marketing yourself with this brand. Show the companies, which in this case would be me, your strengths and weaknesses. And that's just, showing what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you need to improve on. Represent your name with pride, whether that's your company name, whether it's my name, your name, whatever that is, you got to wear it all with pride. Um, and then just kind of show your weaknesses and how they don't define you as a person or how they don't define your company, and just show how, this is what we're going to do to improve on them, so that really those weaknesses, yes, they still mean something, but they don't mean as much when you have a solution to try to improve on that. So your brand identity, or that my brand identity, my strengths is I'm caring. I've always been the type of person to go and reach out to others, make sure that everybody's okay. If I don't see somebody's okay, like I'm not gonna ignore that. I'm always gonna be the person that's gonna have just a soft heart for others. I'm very hardworking. I've from day one, since as long as I can remember, anything that I do, I put my absolute full effort in it, and I will stand by that forever. And that's how I hope that I continue on with the rest of my life and how I approach my jobs and everything. I hope I'm a hard worker constantly. And that ties into being passionate. I mean, having passion for everything I do. I don't like to take things lightly. I like to, really attack things full heartedly. And that also just ties into being determined. I'm determined to succeed. I'm determined to come out on top, and I'll do whatever it takes to get there. Sociable is a really big strength for me because I'm very sociable. I love to socialize with others. I love to be around people. And I think that's a great strength to have because, and that's going to help me in my whole life. I mean, networking, in my job, I want to do sales in my future. I mean, being able to be a sociable person and talk to clients and talk to other employees, that just makes my brand and my reputation even better. I love being a problem solver. I will always see a problem and I have to solve it. I won't stop until I solve it. It's just how my brain is functioned, and I think it's a really good quality to have. I'm coachable. That's a really big thing to me, is being able to take coaching from others and take advice. I'm nowhere near perfect by any means. And with that being said, I mean, others that have, good knowledge to offer me, I always value that. I'll never sit there and try to think that I know it all, because I don't. I'm 21 years old and I still have so much more growth to, go. My weaknesses. So these, I couldn't really like come up with a bunch of weaknesses, but based off my brand identity paper and my personal brand audit page, my weaknesses really mostly consist of just anxiety, low confidence, and pressured situations. And these kind of tie into each other in a way. But in pressured situations, sometimes I'll find myself, over analyzing the situation or overthinking this and that. And sometimes it just really brings my confidence level down. And when that happens, I start to feel very anxious. And that's a really bad thing to have for just my whole entire future. I don't want to have anxiety when I'm in the workplace. If I'm going to do a presentation, I don't want to feel so pressured that I demolish myself or diminish my abilities. Um, my time management, I really feel like I could work on that in a lot of areas because there's a lot of times where I find myself feeling like I have my whole entire schedule planned out. But if I miss or go over in one part of my schedule, sometimes I find myself um, just stressing my own self out because I'm not managing my time correctly. And sometimes, you have to stop doing one thing when you have something else that you have to do, and that's somewhere I lack. Um, just going back to the easily stressed, I find myself stressing my own self out. I constantly will allow other things to alter my abilities, my emotions, and I just let it affect me as a whole, and that's not a good quality to have, and it's something that I really need to work on. So I've asked, family members and friends and roommates how they view me and my brand, and some positive things they had to say is respectable, and that's a big thing. I've always wanted to be respected by others. You got to treat others exactly how you want to be treated, give them the same respect that, you're getting from them. And I think caring, as like I said before, I'm always the person that's going to reach out, and if you need help, if you need a ride, I'm there for you. And then taking lead, I love to not be in control, but I love for people to like look after me, and I love to feel that I'm leading somebody else in the right way, or I'm bringing them from a path where they may have not been going the right direction, and I can do what I can to get them coming the right direction. And then determined, I feel like that comes off really well to other people when they're around me. I'm very determined to succeed. I'm always talking about what I can do to improve and how I can get better. Some negative things, especially coming from my roommates, is how easily stressed I get. They can tell because I let that just alter all my emotions. I let it change my whole day. When I get stressed out, I just let the stress win. And that's something that I really need to, just work on. I need to manage my emotions and manage, how I handle those emotions and how I portray those to others. So my social media presence, this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. On my social media, I have hunting pictures, fraternity events. There is some alcohol in my post. My girlfriend, my friends, my family, and then my accomplishments also like ring day, getting into A&M. And this picture right here is one of my church things where I graduated from a portion of our church that we go through in high school, and just talking about how to improve all this. My social media presence, going off that first, hunting and the alcohol, those are two things that you have to be really careful about. The reason why I say hunting is because if I could get hired by somebody who just does not agree with, killing animals and stuff, and that could affect how they portray me. And that's something that I feel like I really need to just be careful about and mindful of with how society is today. And then the alcohol, I don't want anybody to see me as somebody that's like a frat star or like constantly going to all these parties and going out every weekend, because it's not who I am. Yes, I have a couple drinks in my photos and stuff, but I want people to see me as somebody who's serious and takes care of what needs to be taken care of. And just those are the two main things. And then with girlfriends and friends and family, just making sure those are appropriate posts that, oh, your boss or your mom and dad, they'll see that and they'll not be offended or worried about what you post. So yeah, that's my social media presence needs to be improved. I want to improve my LinkedIn. I feel like my LinkedIn needs a lot of improvement. Just adding more relative stuff to, business relative stuff that are outside of just school. I want to improve my stress and anxiety management, and how do I control that, and how do I not let it affect my overall image. I want to improve my confidence. I feel like a lot of things or a lot of areas I lack is because I'm not confident in my ability to beat all those areas and improve those areas. And so that's just one thing I really want to work on. And then with all of this, it's going to improve my overall image. And that's just my main goal, is just making sure that my image is something that somebody can see and want to, chase after. And then these are just a list of my desired brand traits. I want to be confident. I want to be a problem solver, respected leader. I want to be business oriented and be able to, conquer the workplace and all the tasks that it holds. And then seen as hardworking, which I feel like I am. And then just being a positive example to everybody surrounding me. But thank you.